Boom. We are back up. So let's do, I think we're going to have Bastet roll this. At the beginning of every session, roll plus barter. And on a 10 plus, ask the MC what's free and what's easy. On a 7 to 9, ask the MC what's easy and what's hard. And on a miss, be prepared for the worst. Let's just see how Bastet is doing. I just want to like get an idea of how much like air and fuel you've got. Like how well set up are you for this kind of a run, you know?
Sure. So I have a +3 barter. I chose the option for scavenge. You weigh your reputation like any other resource, and you're willing to let it take the hit when doing something shady will net you.
Obviously, Bastet is willing to take the hit. Like when I saw that you chose that, I was like, well, it looks like Jay's going to play someone kind of heartless, and I had no idea that you were gonna fire jet cannons at a kitchen in the first 40 minutes of the game. Like I did not realize it was that heartless. So awesome.
I think heartless is kind of rough. I feel like Bastet felt wronged. Who let the kill team in? Right. And I don't know if she knows, right? But I think implied in there is if there's no security for the tea house trying to stop the kill team,
right?
Then I think she's been around the block enough to know that somebody said, "No, it's cool. Come on in. Just don't hurt anybody else." And right. And so she's like, "Okay, right? If that's how it's going to be, right?"
Right.
So I don't know. You know, you're right. That one, I didn't think about it until you said the one kitchen help guy, and I'm like, "Oh, that is right. It's not just us and the kill team."
Yeah.
Right. And I'm like, "Ugh."
Yeah. I wasn't trying to teach anybody any lessons there, but I
think. But I will hide behind her -1 hard. You know, she's right. You know, no breaks.
Right. Love it.
2d6 +3. I got a 12. Not boxcars, but I got a 12.
Cool.
Is that an operator move, or is that like a?
Nope, that's just like a beginning. Session? Yeah. That's like a beginning of the session move.
Cool.
Yeah. What's free and what's easy? I mean, I feel like what's free and easy is you're well set up for this. You just got done with a job. You've got good fuel. You've got a fair amount of air. You can go where you need to go. You just got blacklisted from one of the. There aren't that many places to go out in low Earth orbit, right? Like there are half a dozen places, let's say, right. You just got your name struck from one, which is a big deal. Word is going to get out, you know that. So thinking about that and thinking about your ports of call, where is Bastet leaning towards going?
Let's go to Hades.
Okay.
Nice.
Let's go to Hades.
Cool. Where are your in the ports of call thing? What do you get from Hades? Because I know you.
Yeah. So in Hades, I know people here who know things, secret things, and they make things happen for favors.
Oh wow! Cool. Yeah.
I think what she's after is. How do we make it right with the ZDS, the Zenbao Damansky station?
Yeah, ZDS, I love it. Yep.
Yeah, and who set that up? Who sent that kill team?
Yeah.
Right? What do I got to do to squash that? I'm not looking for revenge, but I don't need that kind of action. Right?
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I think the Hades is a weird looking station. I don't think it looks like anything else. ZDS looked like what we might picture. It is a ring station, right? So it spins for its gravity, and it's big, but it makes sense. It makes science, hard sci-fi sense. Hades, I think, does not. I think what are you thinking? I mean, you made this port up. So like, do you want to like think about, is it a weird chrome sphere? Is it an asteroid that got put into orbit?
I like the asteroid that got
Cool.
put into orbit, right?
Yeah.
And I think I just got finished reading the Hichi saga, so I'm thinking that there's constant work as they make new passages, new tunnels, whatever, into
Yeah.
rock, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
got some
yeah.
stuff there, but it's constantly being worked on. And like we talked about earlier, I think the origin, who put it here and who began the initial build, I think that might still be unknown. Right?
Yep. Cool. Yeah, absolutely. I think, and the other detail that we get is from Loop's point of view, as we get that look where, you know, Loop's heads up display looks at something and assesses threats. We see your heads up display assess the Hades asteroid and picks up nothing. It's just like, no threats detected. Safe zone.
Safe zone.
which you've never seen before. You know, you've been all over this from one side of the LOE to the other, and you have never seen your heads up display say everything's fine. What is Loop's reaction?
Is the implication there that stuff is shielded, that
Yeah.
like
Oh, yeah.
undetectable? Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Just making
Totally.
sure that I wasn't being obtuse in
No.
reading of that.
That is exactly the reading. That is exactly the vibe I was going for.
Cool. So I've never been here before at all.
I
That's
think
cool.
probably not. Yeah. I think probably not. Yeah.
So one of the weaponized things that I didn't pick yet, that maybe I'll get on an advance later, is that concealed weapons, where all of your weapons get the hidden tag. So I think like if someone looks at me closely, like they're going to see, you know, the readiness of the sword and the gun being able to come out and everything.
Yeah.
So like looking at that, you know, through my own scanners, and then whatever kind of instrumentation is visible to me on the ship's screens, maybe like turn my wheels a little bit about, you know, how they might be shielding it. If it's something mechanical, is it something environmental? Is it something that, you know, clearly a place like this is going to have defenses? Are they something that is deployed out? You know, so just assessing the tactical side of that more than being like puzzled or fascinated, but a little bit fascinated with the shielded nature of it.
Yeah. I think we are once again we're reading a situation, which is great, because that's like one of my favorite moves ever. And I almost want to roll it before every scene in every RPG I ever play in my life. So I'm totally cool with rolling it again. Roll plus sharp. Let's see what you get.
Okay. 7.
So you get to ask one question. Who's in control here? What's my best way in, out, around, through? Who or what poses the biggest threat? Who or what represents the best opportunity for me to do X? What should I be on the lookout for?
This is slightly meta, but I like the idea of getting Bastet and I going in the same direction on something.
Yeah.
Who or what represents the best opportunity for me to like get on chill ground with Jorge? Because, you know, if Bastet is interested in finding out how to chill that out and who hired them, maybe, or whatever, I think that's my. So like, is there? I guess maybe, I don't know if that means that there's like neutral ground here or something like that. But
yeah. So like, you're looking for like who or what in Hades Station.
I guess I'll broaden it so that it's not so pointed at just Jorge. I'll say who or what represents the best opportunity for me to get this heat off of our backs.
Oh, nice. Yeah, very nice. I think you would want to get the head of this station to broker a sit down with Saint.
Okay.
And see if you can make some peace or make good on whatever's going on. Yep.
Nice.
And you get the feeling from the tech level you're seeing and the fact that you're blocked that whoever whoever's in charge here can do that. And Bastet, yeah, they say, Anubis, welcome back to Hades. We are going to send you the code. Just let us guide you in. Our auto systems will take you into airlock. We're going to have some extra security measures once you get out, but it's nothing that should be too abnormal for you or your passenger.
Jay, does the Anubis have, like, what's the helm look like? Is it like canopy we can actually see out, or is it just instrumentation panels like with sensors and stuff that like give us an electronic read?
Sure. I actually found an image that a super. So I think there is a canopy.
Okay.
Let me see if I can load this.
You know what? I was at Wegmans the other day because I'm in upstate New York and it's the law. You have to go to Wegmans, and every few days, or else you have to pay. It's a thing, and there were toys for the Buzz Lightyear movie, and I almost bought one, thinking like, I think I got the Anubis. I think I almost like brought it to like shove it in front of the camera because they have these cool jet fighters and yeah.
Right.
Anyway.
Nice.
You got a pick for us, Jay?
I do. I forget where I am, but I can do it this way.
Yep. So I was definitely picturing like a high tech, kind of near future, fighter type of vibe.
Right. So I will share it. Share screen.
Yep.
What slides? What are slides?
Yeah, slides is if you have something prepared. Yeah, you want to do.
Hey! I think I could do this. Upload a file. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, it won't. It doesn't like the JPEG. Okay, never mind that.
All right.
So we'll go the old way.
Yep. Any idea who the artist is?
I found it on Pinterest.
Okay.
I should be. Actually, I think it's it might be a model.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah, there it is. So it does have a canopy there.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's even more cool, futuristic than I had imagined. Love it.
So,
love it.
I like, one arm over the back of your pilot's chair, and like leaning to be able to like see as much of the station as close as I can, like through that canopy, but like kind of uncomfortably close, like, my bulk kind of pushing you aside because I'm like eager to see this place for the first time. How have you never brought me here before? This place is amazing.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have an answer. Yeah, I think she just. I think she of nothing. I think she's like, I had no time like the present. Right? You're here now.
Can't wait.
Awesome.
I think that gives her some pause. I can't wait. And she says, "So this is a different kind of place. It's not like the other stations. There's a protocol. There is etiquette. These people are dangerous. But if you stay on the path, everything's good, right? But make no mistake, everybody here is dangerous, right? This place is scary to me.
There's a transition and loop from like when you start that, it's like smiling and eye raised, but like as you go on and I feel like there's a tone there that I know Bastet's not messing around and not just like talking to talk.
Yeah.
And like as I listen, like the body language, like Loop will stand up, like square up, not quite at attention, but like there's a real transition from like, okay, yeah, like we got to be safe here to like, all right, on task.
Right.
Like,
Right.
Yeah. All right, we're going to do a double flashback here because I love flashbacks and I feel like we don't do them enough, and we're doing a total double flashback. Bastet, under what circumstances did you first dock here? Like, did you find it? Were you floating without air and they found you in orbit, or did you like uncover the mystery and you're like, oh fuck you guys, I found you, like, you know what I mean? Like what was Bastet's first docking with Hades Station?
That's a good question. I think a father brought her here.
Oh wow.
Right? Yeah, I think her father brought her here. Yeah.
Nice.
I think he was used to coming here, making deals, trading information, that kind of stuff. I think he worked out of here. Right?
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I think we see your dad say the same thing you just said to Loop, where he's like, "This isn't like other stations."
Yeah.
And and I think he looks down at the bag that you keep your shotgun in, and that you had your shotgun then as a kid, and he was like, "You can leave that here. They won't like it if you bring it.
Yeah.
We should be safe here." And he says they don't like weapons. And we flash back to Loop, and we see Loop surrounded by other, like, we don't see their faces because I want to unveil them, one by one through Hive Mind. But we see Loop like with a bunch of other weaponized cyborgs in a room in what looks like a church. And I think there's like a light, as if a sun was going through stained glass down on this battalion, and we see Saint, and that's the only Saint's face and Loop's face are the only faces we really see and recognize, and we can tell from Saint's eyes that he's like looking at a heads up display, and he says, "Okay, they can't hear us," and he says, "Ask questions." And one of the other soldiers says, "Did the Jesuits make us?" And he says, "I don't think so. I don't think so." And what's your question, Loop, in this flashback? Or does Loop have a question? Or
I think I don't have a question. You described the High Cathedral as a half-finished, like overly ambitious place.
Yeah.
And I think that, when we have this little bit, like if there's like, whether it's then or when we're back on comms, but we like muster out, Loop at some place where there's iconography of like what the finished station is going to look like, I'm sure in that kind of, whether it's a statue or a
hologram,
something. Well, something physical, because I want to mar it, like on
cool.
the way out of that hall, and like every time I leave that hall, I'm gonna make like another mark on a part. And I think that I don't want to say that like I'm responsible personally and solely for like why it hasn't been finished, but like there have definitely been times on ops where like I
cause more damage
than with the church's plans.
I love. I think it is a ring station, but it's much more ornate. And I think within the rings are crosses because this was like a Vatican City station. And yeah, I love the idea of you like breaking part of their ring that is to this day incomplete. And I like the idea of it also being stone. Like making things out of stone in this environment is just so opulent, right? It
Right.
is just
Right.
ridiculous. It's got to be so rare.
Yeah, I like picturing the cathedral ships of the Imperials in 40K is like some of the
Yeah.
that
Oh yeah.
Gothic iconography.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think you break a piece, and Saint puts his hand on Luke's shoulder and says, "Watch it. You accidentally broke something there." Yeah, you all kind of are walking out, and yeah, the flashback is done, and we're docked, and you all are walking in. Bastet, do you leave your shotgun like the flashback to your dad said, or have you like gained other rights since then so you can go in armed, or what do you think?
No, I leave it. Yeah, I
Okay,
leave it. Yeah.
cool. Yeah, I think a man or a young woman with her hair in a tight bun, and I mean, she looks like she's in a military uniform that does not represent any Earth uniform that ever existed. Not that anyone's been on Earth in 50 years, but still things tend to look like something down there, and this doesn't look like anything. It's like crisp and black with like gold highlights and bits of red, and she her cybernetic eye does a scan of Bastet and says, "Welcome back, Bastet," and says, and I think she says Loop's full name, and says, "Welcome to Hades. We are." She has like a clamp, this like technological clamp that looks about the size of your arm, and she says, "We would like to put a peace bond on your weaponry. It's going to feel a little weird, but it's what we need to keep everyone safe. Your personal security will be well spoken for here." And I think behind her you can see what I would only describe as like power armor. I mean, if we're going, it looks like some kind of take on like a Terminator style.
There's an old, if you want to Google it, there's an old from like the Horus Heresy era called Cataphracti Terminator armor that like looks closer to like a sci-fi equivalent of knight armor in a way, like a heavy, like what's the architecture term? Not blunt.
Brutalist.
Brutalist. It looks like brutalist Terminator armor.
Yeah. It doesn't quite look like that's the like size ratio I'm going for.
Okay.
But there is something different. Like you can't. It's got arms and legs, but like the middle is much larger than a human would really need.
Yeah, so I don't think I recognize the specific tech that they're using, but
Yeah.
I don't think I'm a stranger to having been bonded like that. And as she like addresses me, it's a sort of involuntarily like squaring up, and probably, I guess everybody here probably would notice because like I would start to like go down into like on a one knee, and then like catch myself. And then just like extend my arms.
Yeah. And
like, I'll smile at her and say, "Old habits."
Yeah. She smirks and says, "We'll only need one arm," and like puts it on the arm, and
on the blaster arm.
Yeah, it's on the blaster arm, but the feeling is a little bit different, I think, than what you're used to. You usually like the peace bond, it goes into your tech a little bit, but it doesn't it isn't as pervasive as this. You feel your heads up display just go down, and you feel your like link to a larger hive mind just get cut, and you like there's a hum that you didn't even realize was like in the back of your brain all the time, and it's just off as this thing clamps down on your arm, and she says, "We'll only need one." There you go. And I think the other weird thing is it goes like on your like just above your elbow, so like it doesn't crudely block the machinery of your weapon turning on. Like they're doing this on a software level, not on a hardware level. If that makes sense.
This probably wouldn't stand out to anybody but Bastet, but like I am uncomfortable.
Right.
Like it probably mostly outwardly looks like same, devil may care kind of loop, but like the back of my jaw muscles are clenched, and this is weird.
Yeah. And I think then the security liaison turns to Bastet and says the major will see you. And I think the major is totally played by modern, current day Angela Bassett.
Oh, nice.
And she's got like the same kind of uniform on with a few more bits and bobs for rank. And she says, "Ms. Ramos, welcome back. And you brought your friend." And she kind of like gives Loop a curt nod.
I will stand at like active attention here.
Yeah, I think she smiles and says, "At ease." And word has reached us before you did. We hear there was some drama over at ZDS.
Yeah, there was. Dion is petty, and I thought we could put some past behind us, and she sent a kill team, I think. I didn't start it. I would have talked if they wanted to talk. I wasn't going to sit around and get murdered.
So what you're saying is they started it, is your basic.
Is that what she says?
Yeah. She says,
I think Bassett kind of nods, right? I think she's mulling it over. And I think she just nods, right? And, maybe a little bit of shoulder, right? So it's all affirmation, nonverbal affirmation. But I think she just can't say, yes, I'm saying they started it.
Right. Because it sounds so petty.
Right.
Yeah. That's awesome. Love it. What? Yeah, she says, your place here on the station is all set. We've added an extra bunk to the room, and let us know if you need anything. I'm going to let you both get in and get comfortable and get cleaned up.
Thank you.
And I think it's a pretty, it's a small room of hewn stone with an extra bunk that's just been drilled into the wall recently. And Jay, what sign is this that like this is Bastet's room? Like what personal touch is in here that would let someone know?
Yeah. I think there is a LED screen or some type of monitor screen, right?
Yeah.
And it's got a picture of her dad and a younger Bastet. Right?
Yeah.
And I think when you enter, right, we can see her face, right? And she kind of softens a little bit as she
Yeah.
sees that picture. But I think then she remembers that Loop's here also,
Yeah.
right? And so I feel like maybe we have some Siri or some type of Amazon
Yeah.
type AI, general AI kind of thing. And she says, gives it the command to clear that screen, right? And maybe it
Yep.
just pulls up the news, the weather, the
Yep.
station status, and that kind of stuff, right?
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're getting like the orbital path of Hades and
Yeah.
and yeah the temperatures at different levels and where the tunneling currently is being done.
Right.
Cool.
But yeah, I think Loop can for sure see it, right? I think she doesn't do it fast enough, right?
Yeah.
But I think when she becomes aware that she's not the only one in this room this time, she
Yeah.
clears that screen. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Loop, how is your discomfort manifesting? Like, what is it that Bastet would notice that others might not notice?
Yeah, as I lay down, whatever bit of gear we have and, start to clean up or whatever, I think that one of the things that me and the other Megs did during training was make like crude sort of marching songs to the hymns that they made us.
Yeah.
Bastardize the words and the tempo of it. So like going through like low murmuring that like while I'm setting out my gear.
Cool. So I'm gonna I've been listening to the audiobook and I've read a couple of them, but I haven't read all of them, and I want to because they're so good. There's a series of books called Murderbot, and they are so much fun. It's unreal. But I'm definitely like the weaponized playbook has a lot of like Murderbot energy in it, and so I'm playing with that. So if you're listening to this and you're like, oh man, that's like a Murderbot thing, yes, it absolutely is, and I don't care. I'm unapologetic in my ripping off of this amazing book by Margaret Wells.
It is amazing.
Yeah, really, really cool. I don't know if there's a property around right now that I want to be adapted into a TV series more. Like it's just so good. So anyway, Loop, you feel a ping, and it's something that you haven't felt since your first day that you can remember, where you linked up hive mind wise to the other members of your platoon. But it is like it's some kind of computerized entity reaching out to you and pinging and being like, hey, can we talk? But yeah, you feel that ping as you enter the room. Do you say like yes, or do you kind of like just close that door and kind of like, to use Twitter terms, do you block them? And
no, I would allow unnamed sender to send messages.
Cool. It says, hello, welcome to the station. I'm Hades. What's your name?
I need a friend.
I'm Luke.
It's nice to meet you, Luke.
Likewise.
What brings you to Hades? What brings you to Hades Station?
Traveling with a friend, looking for exciting opportunity.
Oh, you're traveling with Bastet?
Yes.
There's been a lot of communications about Bastet recently. I mean, a lot. Things are pinging all over the place. All the stations are talking about it.
Application of direct fire weapons will bring that about.
Smiley emoji is what you get from that. Yeah, you totally get like yup with a smile emoji.
You are a resident here, or you are the station's AI?
I am the station's AI. That is correct. I keep things running.
And you are Hades, or you're Hades Station?
Thank you for asking. I prefer the term Hades.
And you perform services here, or you are your, I wouldn't say you're under control. You manage systems aboard the station
That is correct.
in concert with the efforts of the major.
In concert with the efforts of the senior leadership.
Above the major.
That's correct. Major is in charge. She like basically like the station like naively like just like lists out the major's responsibilities. Like major is in charge of perimeter security and void security.
And you have the ability to control any of the equipment on the station remotely. And like, I'll look at the thing on my arm. I'm not asking, I'm just curious.
Yes. You have nothing to worry about. No one is going to hurt you here. These other stations are really like, don't tell them I said this, but the other stations are really cobbled together compared to Hades.
Well, while I can appreciate the security of this place, at some point, Bastet and I probably will want to leave. And with that in mind, we know of at least one person who will be awaiting our departure from such a secure zone.
I am fairly certain you'll be able to leave whenever you want.
Oh, I don't doubt that we would be allowed to leave. My concern is that when we do, we will have trouble waiting for us. Do you know if the major or one of these as yet unnamed higher-ups can get a message off station to some of that trouble that we might use the...
Oh, I could do that for you. Where do you want a message sent? That's not a problem.
And I probably like a data flash of, a lot about Jorge, like in that same like oversharing that they did before. Like it's probably a whole bunch of like data out there. Being able to speak to Saint, and I'll look at the band on my arm again, under comparable circumstances might be the best path forward.
I'll send a message.
Thank you.
Cool. Yeah, and I think he says, I'll give you some privacy and let you settle in, but I'm here if you need me. Yeah. So this just happened. Loop, what does that look like? Like, does Bastet see you like staring off into space? Like, I don't know if you've ever done that before. So what does it look like? Yeah.
I guess I would ask one quick question back first is is that a machine speed thing that happened, or is it a human speed thing that happened?
Oh, that's interesting. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, that's a great question. I don't think it happened. I think that's interesting. Let's define that, right? I think it happened pretty fast, right? I think maybe it happened in under 10 seconds.
Okay.
But there still might have been like a physical manifestation of it.
Yep.
Possibly.
So like Jack Nicholson at his typewriter at the Overlook is like, I think what, like I sat down on that stone, or it's in the metal bench into the stone, like with a statuesque or machine-like stillness for that period of time.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Bastet, what are you like? You've kind of like, I imagine you're putting things in your locker and you've like got things set. Where are you heading anywhere in the station? Like, are you going to the mess? What's the first order of business?
Yeah, I think the mess is good, right?
Yeah.
I think Yeah, I think she asked Loop, "You hungry? Let's get some food."
Absolutely. All I had is this tea all day.
Right. And yeah, I think it looks like, kind of an officer's mess hall. And everyone is wearing those uniforms with different, rank signifiers that are pretty much meaningless to the two of you. And yeah, does Bastet have a particular contact who gets them things, or is it more of a relationship with the senior leadership? What do you think, or is it something
So
on the
if you,
down low?
yeah, so as I look at what I get from Hades,
Yeah,
I feel like I think there's a network of conversations, kind of like networking, right?
yeah,
I think you've got all these different folks here. Maybe it happens in the mess, right?
yeah,
Where we're eating, different folks are talking,
yeah,
and I might drop a little bit about what I'm looking for, and if that
yeah, yeah,
person, uh, if it's in their wheelhouse, now we're having a conversation. Maybe
yeah.
we're trading favors, right? Oh,
Cool.
I could handle that, or they might say, you might talk to
Yeah.
Fast Eddie over there, right?
Right.
Because that I could do introductions, right? And
Right.
then
Right.
again,
Right.
everything is for favors, right? You do
Yep.
a thing for me, I'll do a thing for you, like
Is
that.
it
So go
is
ahead.
it in the air like that, or is it like in a sort of pseudo thieves camp, like a industry speak, or is it kind of frank?
Um, I think so. I feel like it's a mix of that because I think the etiquette of the place overrides all of that, right? If
Right.
if I'm having a conversation with you and a third party is there, the etiquette dictates that they move themselves away from so they don't hear and they
Yeah.
wait
Yeah.
to be invited in, right? You don't get into other people's business,
Cool.
right? And you don't carry tales, right?
Yep.
Because that's all right. Because we have like an open forum of kind of communicating. But I think even underneath that, you have folks that will encrypt or be secretive about what they're talking about,
Neat.
right?
Awesome.
Even underneath that. So.
Awesome. Yeah. So I guess the question is, what are you looking for?
So Jay to Judd, I gotta put this Dion thing to rest, right?
Yeah.
So I think I got two tasks, and I can pick one, but I think I gotta make things right with ZDS, right?
Yep.
Because I did, and I knew what I was doing. I blew that hole in the tea house, but I
Yeah.
feel righteous about it, right? So I don't feel like I gotta go crawling back like a dog, but I gotta make it right.
Yeah.
But I gotta put this Dion thing to rest too, because I got other stuff to do, and I can't be looking over my shoulder, or because she's got some petty grievance or whatever. So, having said that, I think that's my priority. Is what does she want, right? How do I squash this with her? Can someone squash this on my behalf with her? Make it
Neat.
go away,
Neat.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like that is interesting. I almost want to say that you're like trying to sway someone, but I don't even know if there's a move here. Maybe
Cruise a market. I know that's.
Oh yeah, cruise and market. Yeah. That's a great idea.
Oh yeah, no, that's fantastic. Yeah. I like it.
Yeah, good one. Thank you, Aaron.
Yes, thank you, Aaron.
Good one. Awesome. I don't know if that's in my printout. Deal with bad terrain, suffer harm. Well,
It's under basic moves.
Okay.
Yeah. When you cruise a market, roll plus barter. Your roll represents your buying power, but the result depends on what you're after and what's available. Get with the MC for details before you roll. So obviously that's a shopping kind of thing.
Yeah.
But if the
Yeah.
product is info or jobs or
Yeah, I feel like you're looking for information, right? You're looking for like, why did things get so soured with Dion, right?
Right. Right.
Yeah, I think we can. That sounds great. Let's. I loved your description of like, hey, and Bastet kind of wheeling and dealing. I think that's good enough to kind of trigger the move and get us rolling and see what happens next.
All right.
I love the idea of these kind of linked conversations and Bastet kind of putting her tendrils out, her social tendrils out to see what she can get done. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. My barter's at 3. Let's see what we got. I have an 8.
All right. Cool. So,
Man, and there's no experience for barter. Well, that's kind of
man.
stinky.
Yeah, that's kind of sneaky.
That's all right.
Oh, I was supposed to mark each time I rolled a stat thing.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. That's how we do. That is how we do experience on this one. Barter. Why am I not seeing that? Cruise market. There it is. Yes, you got a result, but with a catch. Awesome. I think they will find out that information for you, right? I think what you have found out is Hades Station has intelligence officers, and they will find out what is going on and get you that info, but they're going to need you to do a job for them. And so, yeah, I think it's got to be something to do with the ship, right? I think
Right.
they want you to cover. They want you to set some charges, some explosive charges outside of Hades Station, so that they can blow a hole in the rock and link a tunnel with the outside, so they can eventually build another airlock.
Gotcha.
And it's dangerous work, and not a lot of people have that expertise. But as long as you're here, let's do it.
All right.
And
Yeah, no,
and
she's. Go ahead.
yeah, and while they're doing that, they will reach out and find out what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah, no, she'll do it.
Cool.
This is like a sanctioned demo, not.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Totally sanctioned, but dangerous. Yep. Absolutely. Does Bastet want to like wheel her ship around and go out and do the 0G walk from there, kind of in a controlled orbit of Hades Station, or do you want to kind of leave out a Hades Station exit and leave Anubis in dock? What are you thinking?
No, I would wheel Anubis around.
Cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. Yeah, let's see how the job goes. I mean, I think let's just act under fire and see how it goes.
Okay.
Do you feel like we've like described enough where like you've got an image of it, or?
Yeah, no, yeah, good. Yes.
Cool.
And she's in Anubis, right? So what could go wrong?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
My cool is 2. I'm sitting at a 7.
Okay.
Ooh, that was close.
Yep. You flinch.
I needed that +2.
Yeah. You flinch, hesitate, or stall. You might suffer full harm, or the MC can offer you a hard bargain, an unfortunate choice, or a different outcome instead. You are setting the charges, or you're like, yeah, you are, mounting this charge to this rock and setting the charge, and you realize that when this thing blows, it's going to damage you and the Anubis. Like, this is not a charge that's just going to blow in and blow, and damage the rock. Whoever made this either purposefully set it so that it would hurt you guys,
Right.
or was just technically negligent, which isn't something that you usually see with Hades.
Right.
And I think like your hesitation is noted, and so like someone from the tower is like, "Hey, Bastet, just checking. Everything going okay?" You kind of slowed down for a second there.
No, everything's fine. Who else is on this job?
Just you. We've cleared out the tunnel, so there's no one on the other side. Is that what you mean? Everybody's safe.
Cool. Who else is riding? Who else is monitoring this job besides you?
Senior leadership is watching, and the tunnel crews have you on their feed here. And I think like she like reverses the feed so you can see like a bunch of tunnel dogs, and they all kind of like they're in like and maybe Loop is with the tunnel dogs watching. Does that make sense, Aaron?
Yeah.
And like Loop is like in there with them, and but the guys all wave and kind of give you a thumbs up as if to say like good luck. But like it's a big deal, man. Like everything has kind of stopped, right? They're watching you do your thing because it's a very skilled operation that you're doing.
Right. And I'm just trying to figure out if somebody set this, they're probably watching, right? They're probably right trying to get some information to see when this goes sideways. And, yeah. So I think she's trying to figure out, right? Is there anybody in that crowd? Who in senior leadership, right? This person I'm talking to, right? Do I know this person?
Yeah. Do you want to try
who
to
it might
Loop?
be? Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, you could probably do it through Anubis's comms.
Cool. Let's do that. Do that.
Yeah, Loop, you get your second ping in as many hours. And it's Anubis.
Like the ship's AI support.
Yeah,
or whatever.
Yeah.
As soon as I get that, I'll like one eye will be talking to Anubis, and one eye is looking around this tunnel digging crew to see if there's anything I think I can smash this thing off of my arm with.
Right.
But
Anubis says Bastet wants to talk to you. And links you.
What's up?
Yeah.
So I think somebody's trying to whack me here too. If I set these charges off, it'll damage. It's too much. It'll. I could take some damage and soak in the ship. So I think we'll be fine. I think I figured this out. What I'm trying to find out is who did this. Anyone look funny over there where you're at?
I will try to see if there's anybody like overly eagerly looking at a data slate or something.
Yeah. Let's read I think you're reading a situation rather than reading a single person, right? Because it's like looking at the room. So roll plus sharp.
Is that the same move?
Read someone is a little different than read a situation.
Gotcha. I got an 8.
Ask one question. Who's in control here? What's my best way in, out, around, through? Who or what poses the biggest threat to me? Who or what represents the best opportunity for me to do X? Or what should I be on the lookout for?
And this is contextual, like the who's in control here isn't just like the dig team leader, right?
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, that.
There's one person whose pulse is heightened and is clearly like about to witness a murder that they set up. And I think like at that, like when you're looking at them, you turn like they turn and say, why isn't she? Why isn't she setting the charge? Like, what's the deal? Is something wrong?
I'll step forward, very stoically, kind of looking down the half-constructed tunnel ahead beyond, the safety locks or whatever.
Yeah.
There have been times where, during an operation, if we didn't have demo charges to get into a place we needed to get into, the molecular blades that soldiers like me have has been known to carve through rock. It's very dangerous to work around because you can imagine, I'll look down at them. You can imagine like they cut through rock. They can, go through a stray limb. It's dangerous work, but you know all about dangerous work. And I'm trying to rattle them. And
yeah. Are you confronting someone? Like, is that where we're at? Yeah. Roll plus aggro.
Okay. 8 again.
Cut through rock.
So you've left them some wiggle room, and they can try to escape, bargain with you, pass off responsibility, or divert you instead. Either way, choose whether or not you bow to follow through. But if you follow through by attacking or doing battle with them, you can take +1 forward. On a miss, be prepared for the worst. Yeah. So they are like, yeah. We've seen those kind of molecular weapons. They're or molecular tools. It's good stuff. Yeah. We use it sometimes for carving rock, but it's not as cool as a sword. And there's like uncomfortable laughter, and I think that the person who did this like gets up to leave. They're like, listen, I can't watch someone else out there. I don't know why, but it's really freaking me out.
I wasn't talking to that person, or
you were talking. I thought you were talking more to the group.
I meant to say that I was like going up to that person that was.
Got it. Yeah. I think they say the same thing you did, and then they say, listen, I gotta go. I can't. It's weird. I'm in the tunnels all day with suits on, but I can't watch someone else do a 0G walk. It freaks me out. And
you can imagine my worry, that being my friend out there also. Maybe we could get a drink together and ease each other's nerves through a tense situation. You want to go do that?
No. Thanks. I think having a drink right now would be a bad idea, but thank you.
Do you have an obligation?
What is taking her so long?
Oversee an operation like this, as the one who designed the charge. And
yeah, I think like other people in the room are starting to like stop talking and like paying attention. And they're like, "What's going on, Loop?"
Bastet's a capable person. If they're waiting, there must be some sort of diagnostic issue. Maybe we can run a redundant scan and assess either the design or the payload on the explosives.
Are you saying something is wrong out there? What's going on?
Well, we don't want to mess this up. Damage this tunnel or damage another part of the station. Or naturally.
Yeah, but how could you tell any of that from here?
Well, Bastet hasn't blown the charge.
Yeah, they. You see like the person who is in charge, right? Who is like the team leader says, Hades Tower, can I get some comms to Bastet, please? And Hades Tower says yes, and then the Hades AI links them, and says, "Hey, this is Lacus, Bastet. I'm the team leader of this tunnel. Is everything okay? We thought the charge would have been gone by now, but you seem to be hesitating. Everything all right? I mean, double and
No,
triple checking is good, but
no, everything's not all right. Did you make these charges? Is this your responsibility? Do you set these?
no, our guy Zeph does it.
Is Zeph in the tunnel with you?
Yeah, he's right here in the room. Hey Zeph, why don't you not leave and hang out for a bit?
Not leave.
Zeph's
And Jay, I don't know enough about charges.
yeah,
but I imagine she asks or gives whatever the yield is or whatever the effect is.
yeah,
over the comms.
Maybe like it was
asks,
supposed to be a shape charge and the shielding's not on it or something.
yeah.
Right. And she says, "Why would you do that?" Right? Or did you just forget something, Zeph? How long you been doing this job?
Yeah. I think you hear the major comes on and says, Bastet, leave the charge there unexploded and just come on back, okay? Don't touch it.
Roger. Roger that.
I'll
yeah.
clap Seth's shoulders. We'll get that drink after this.
And yeah, I think one of those, power armors comes in and says, Zephyr, yeah, that's me. Please come with me. The senior leadership would like to speak to you about your work. And like it's not, the voice sounds totally artificial, right? It doesn't sound like a human voice. Like it's
right.
a computerized voice. And he turns and says, all right. And leaves with the armor. And I think that's where we'll stop. We've been at this, it's 20 after 3.
Nice.
And I think the major welcomes you back at the airlock and says, I'm really sorry about that. We're looking into it. It might have just been a mistake and negligence, but something smells wrong. And yeah, we don't play around with that. So we're looking into it. Zephyr is in the brig, and while we do the investigation,
she says, it's fine. I'm happy to take a second pass at it when you guys are ready.
Yeah. You've done enough. Yeah. I think like the person you were like, she nods and like clearly looks embarrassed and horrified. Right. And the person who you were like dealing with says like, in good faith, I'm going to move forward on looking into the intelligence you were after. I'm really sorry about everything that just went down. We're not used to that. And
it's fine. It's okay.
Yeah, I think we will start next week with the investigation of Zephyr and
Zephyr.
And the and you'll get that we'll start with the getting the Zephyr getting looked into, and you'll get the intelligence back about what's going on and why you both got attacked this game. And I will do a bunch of prep because that's in Apocalypse World. First game, you kind of go through an average day and fuck it up, and then I go back and do a bunch of prep. And I think I've got really fun stuff to do prep with, so that'll be cool. And thank you, that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. Did anybody get enough XP to like go up a move or up anything?
No, and I think, and we could talk about it offline. I think there's some end of session
there
XP.
Why don't we do that
things.
now?
Okay.
Yeah. We've got some end of session things. At the end of the session, choose a character who knows you better than they used to. Tell that player to add +1 to their HX with you on the sheet. If more than one character knows you better, choose at most 2. If no one knows you better, choose a character who doesn't know you as well as they thought they did, or choose any character you want. Tell that player to take -1 with their HX with you on their sheet. So do you feel like it's a weird with a 2-player game, I think,
Yeah,
but we'll just deal with it. Bastet, do you feel like Loop knows you better, or maybe doesn't know you, or like kind of lost the way with you and doesn't know you, as well at all?
No, I'd say, I say knows me better, right?
Cool. Cool.
Yeah, I think just looking at how this whole session went, I don't feel like we were disconnected.
Yeah, awesome. So Aaron put a +1 on Loop's HX with Bastet. And then I put that question over to you, Aaron. Do you feel like Bastet knows you a bit better, or not, and maybe like kind of got a wrong idea about you?
No, I think that probably some of the particulars with interacting with the major and everything showed a vulnerability probably that hasn't been as present on previous times we've worked together. So
yeah, awesome. And whenever your HX with someone reaches +4, either during the session or at the session's end, 3 things happen. First, reset it to HX +1. Next, mark 1 HP, and finally choose one of the following to ask or tell them. So did anyone's HX go up to 4?
I'm at 3 now.
Cool. Awesome. So we don't have to read off those questions. And at the end of every session, judge for yourself. Are you satisfied with your place in the world? If you're not satisfied, take 1 XP. If you are, take XP. So Aaron, is Loop satisfied with their place in the world?
Mm.
No? Okay, take an XP. Jay, is Bastet happy with her place in the world?
No, she's not. People are trying to kill her.
Yeah. Take +1. Awesome. Does your scavenge choice still hold true? If it does, get 1 XP. If it doesn't, you have the option to change it now.
Yeah, I don't think there's been any change there.
Cool.
Yeah.
I don't feel like you're like. I could see why that's there, because the things go wrong. But yeah,
right, things go wrong.
And that is it. Did anybody get 6 XP this game?
No, I have the 2 that we got from that, and then I have between 1 and 3 checks on the stats.
Cool.
Right.
And when those get 4, we get an XP, and then when you get 6, you get an advance.
Yeah, an advancement. Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that'll it'll go up and down, and we'll figure it out. I like this new XP system. It's kind of neat. I like it a little bit better than highlighting, which always was, I don't know, it wasn't my favorite. It wasn't my favorite part of one of my favorite games, to say the very least. And cool, awesome. Thank you both for playing. And I'll see you next week. I think we can just kind of thank you everybody for watching. There was like a half a dozen people watching here. I appreciate y'all joining us in the middle of your day, and we will see you next time to find out what's going on with Zephyr, and if we can broker some peace with Dion. Definitely named after Celine Dion, by the way. And Zephyr is I think the people in Hades have a different naming convention, so I've got a different Wikipedia list up for them.
Cool.
Awesome. We will start there. We'll start there next week, and I'm going to end the broadcast. Well, first, you know what? I'm going to put up the brand thing, just to I've got to have a thank you for joining us one. I'll do that next time, but I'm just going to put this up so that Sean, when he puts this onto YouTube, has a clear marker. Again, thank you all for joining us, and we will see you all next time.
Yeah, great.